Good morning, everybody. It's BDF44. So, lately I've been saying a lot of stuff that's probably above my pay grade, running my mouth about things that probably don't involve me because I care about certain shit that doesn't have nothing to do with me. And this is going to be one of those. Um, but this is not nearly as important to me, I guess, as some of the other topics, but I still feel like it's necessary to say. So, recently I heard about rapper slash singer musician Russ going at this kid named Guap Dad 1000, I believe. I think he's from Oakland, Northern California somewhere. They got into some type of altercation. Guap Dad put his name in the lyric, basically saying that you're doing good stuff, but we don't respect you. We call that a Russ. Paraphrasing, but that was the gist of what he was talking about. Russ approached him out in San Antonio somewhere, and I guess it was a festival, something like that, where trailers were involved, whatever. And Russ approached him, and according to Guap Dad, Russ punched him, ran back in the trailer, and sent his security at him. This is the second or third time I've heard of Russ doing this. He has a reputation for, using his money to pay his security to take care of certain things, that certain altercations or certain beefs that he may have. I don't think that that's unique to Russ. Obviously, we've heard of people doing this forever and ever and ever. But I think this is something that needs to be said in regards to this particular situation. And I said it on a post, academics post. I put this on there and I'm going to say it right now. Addressing Russ and anyone else who does this, but particularly Russ, because he's not a man of color. And I'll say this way. When you use black people to go at black people and you're not a black person, that's going to be viewed a certain way. If you're dealing with people like myself who actually pay attention to certain things. And I'm not saying Russ is a racist guy or even that he's thinking along these lines, because to be honest with you, I don't get the feeling that he does see things that way at all. I really don't. I don't know this man from Adam, but I've watched interviews, stuff like that. I don't get the feeling that he hates black people or wants to be some overseer. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that's the vibe that an action like that gives off. It ain't cool when nobody does it, because in my opinion, when you start shit and you run your mouth and then you send others to do your bidding, you're putting those people at risk for confrontations that they didn't involve themselves in. Security, and I'm a security guard myself. Not of that level, but I work in security and have been for a very, very long time. So security guards are going to be strong. They're going to stand tall. They're going to be a presence. And if it comes down to something, they're going to protect who it is that they're supposed to protect, whether it be property or person. They're going to do their bidding because that's what they do. It's their livelihood, and they're going to do it well because they want to have a good reputation. So if you send somebody at somebody, if you send security guard at somebody, they're going to do what they have to do, and they're going to do it right. But in this particular situation, when you run in your mouth, and I said the same thing about 6ix9ine, when you run in your mouth and you starting shit with people everywhere you go, and then you look back at security and tell the security that you're paying to do their job in regards to, addressing your beefs, you're putting their lives at risk. You're putting their livelihoods at risk, and in some cases, their freedoms at risk, depending on how that altercation goes. I'm telling you, most of the people that I know don't live in a lifestyle like this, but there are many, many people out there who ride around strapped, walk around with weapons on them. If they see 7 or 8 big people coming at them with fists, all it takes is for them to pull out with their weapon and let it go. You're putting people's lives at risk when you do this, Russ. You're putting people's lives at risk when you do this, artist. I know we live in a clout world, and I understand that we are security's going, like I said, they're going to stand tall. They would love to be in positions to work for a guy like Russ. Security guards ain't going to want to agree with nothing I'm saying because they stand tall. And I respect that. But I still am of the mindset that you got to protect the people that are trying to protect you. At some point, you got to handle your own beefs. Look, and I'm from LA. So it's different in the setting that I've grown up in. People jump people in some situations, and that's considered cool. But from the people that I've been around, the people that I've respected, it's one-on-one, bro. Don't touch that man. Don't touch that man unless it gets to a point where my life is on the line and he's overkilling in terms of beating me up. or he pulls out a weapon and makes it an unfair fight. I don't give a fuck if I got 30 of my homies around me. I don't want them touching somebody I'm going one-on-one with unless one of those circumstances is coming out. If it's one-on-one and I'm losing the battle, y'all can break it up. But don't jump on that man. Don't jump on that man. Because me and him got a confrontation that we need to handle as men. Yeah, y'all can be around to assure that his men stay off my men, and if anybody jumps in, then we can make that an even battle. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, just stand by, bro. That's the respectful thing that you do when you have honor about yourself, self-respect, and most importantly, not selfish enough to throw other people into situations that can end up getting them worse off than you. You got the money, you got the prestige, you got the fame. These are people who are trying to live their livelihoods, and this is all they doing, trying to make their dreams come true. This is how they make their money. So when you send them at somebody, you best believe it's gonna be real. They will throw their lives on the line, and they may lose those lives because of that shit. It hasn't happened to Russ. It just ain't real to Russ yet. You know what I mean? It ain't real till one of your security guards end up losing their lives because of some shit that you said. Because of some altercation that you created, or something that you could have handled with a conversation or just a fist fight between you and another man. That unfair fight bullshit, it's not respectful, and most importantly, it holds consequences that are going to be lasting. You in your 20s right now, you don't understand that you're still going to be haunted by that shit in your 40s, in your 50s, if you live that long. After doing some shit like that, it can send you into a real spiral when you be responsible for the loss of another man's life or the loss of another man's freedom. Because you wanted to run your mouth and didn't hold the confidence in yourself to just handle that business, handle that fight fairly. Security can be there for you. When it goes down, it can really go down. There are people out here that you have to have security to protect yourself from. Entities where you have to have security to protect yourself from. They are not your slaves or your goons to send at people when you decide you want to be seen as tough. That is not respectful. That's not honorable. And most importantly, it's some shit that you are not ready for the consequences of if it goes as badly as I view these situations going at times. Because they get bad, man. We've heard of situations like that where security guards have lost their lives and gotten beat up critically and shit, trying to protect an athlete or some type of entertainer. It can happen. Don't initiate those situations for other people to lose their freedoms and lives in because you are not strong enough up here to fight your own battles with another man that ain't armed, that's coming at you head up saying, look, I have this issue. Some of these things don't even have to be handled with violence. You're not a gangster, dude. You're not a thug. Some of these altercations can be handled with a conversation and should be, to keep from any of that haunting ass shit that I'm talking about from coming your way. And as I said, you are somebody who's not of color, bro. That shit holds racial undertones that are going to be viewed a certain way that could affect what goes down in the future for you or how you're viewed in the present. I know you don't really need us like that, but I don't think you want us hating you. It's a difference between people not giving you the energy that you want for your music and people looking at you like, next time I see this dude, I'm recognizing him as somebody who sends black people with black people. Because I'm starting to see it that way as a black person. And I know you don't want that energy on you. I know you don't want that energy on you. Because that's not who you represent yourself to be. You're in the culture, the hip hop culture. You don't want to be seen as a racist or somebody who ain't cognizant enough to understand the responsibility that you hold as somebody who's more or less an outsider and how that goes. That's a bad look, bro. And I say that to anybody, not just Russ, anybody. Don't send your security guards to go handle some shit that you can handle on your own. Let your security guards do things that they're supposed to do to save your life and to protect your family, because that's what you're paying them for. Not to just go out and beat up people randomly. That's not respectful, fam. That ain't respectful at all, Russ. That's not respectful at all, people. I don't respect that shit. And most importantly, when you look in the mirror, if you was raised right and you was raised around some real people, you don't respect that either. So let it be heard from BDF, man. And hold me accountable if I were to ever do some shit like that. If I ever get into a position like that and I'm trying to send people at people, that's not what I'm about. That's not who I want to be about at any given point, man. Okay? Like I said, I've been security guard for a while now. Probably over 10 years. It gets real out here, man. Being in this business, even on my level, you have to deal with certain things sometimes that are not very comfortable, that could put your life in danger. Dealing with people who are not all there. And you're going to do that because that's how you make your money. So if I'm working for somebody who's going to pay me a lot of money, I'm going to do whatever they say, more or less. And it could put my life in danger. It could put my freedoms in danger because I may have to do something that I ain't going to want to live with. Something that's going to haunt me for the rest of my life in trying to do this damn job. Security guards, you know you work for somebody like that, find another fucking person to guard, bro. No. You don't want to be a security guard for a dude that's going to get you killed because he got an ego and he think you are his minions. He think this is some type of fucking cartoon or something. He's Shredder or something. He's sending y'all over. No, dog, no. This is real life, man. Those things hold long-term consequences. This is not a game. Anyway, that's all I got, man. My name is BDF44. Thank you for watching. Peace.